Trying to get a good angle so that it's not constantly like this. You know what I mean? Like I rewatched my video from a couple hours ago, and I just wasn't very pleased about how I'm constantly like this all the time, and it's very annoying. So it's a couple hours later. It's 8:21. He's got 40 more minutes left till got to put him away for the night, and then Cooper's up for the night, and then I don't know, I might crash out pretty early like how I did last night. I guess a group of kids came up to the door last night for whatever reason at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Cameras around the house, the whole neighborhood, all the neighbors around this neighborhood have cameras, which, is pretty cool, like real neighborhood watch type shit, I guess. And my aunt wanted me to call her as soon as possible, and I saw that message this morning, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on, She told me that, the cameras were bugging, which they're fine now. And, there's just kids knocking on the door in the middle of the night, like 10, 11 o'clock at night for whatever fucking reason. They didn't screw with my car, thankfully. I would have been really, really pissed off if they were fucking with my car. I would have been really, really mad, so thankfully they did not screw with my car. But, my aunt did hear a bit of audio, and I guess the kids were at, like, something about their friend Sophie or something like that. Ooh, the fireworks are now being lit off. Oh, yeah, see the boys, they're all... Looks like, what the hell is that? Cooper's over there. We've all just been sitting out here for, like, the last half an hour, They've been sitting out here just chilling with me, and I just been sitting out here for half an hour, just about, because Tank kept, like clawing my knee, and I'm just like, dude, what? So I came out here to kind of just get some fresh air and just hang out, so, it's really nice out here. It's a little early for a part 2, though. I mean, not really, I guess, because, sun's starting to get to that point again. Tomorrow will be my last time to film the sundown, unless if my aunt and uncle aren't coming home until, like, late at night, but I highly doubt it. They'll probably leave tomorrow morning, and it's an 8-hour flight, so... They probably will not get here until mid to late-ish afternoon, I don't know, unless they leave at like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'm not sure. Or 6 in the morning like last time. Then they'll get here by like 2, 3 o'clock. It just depends on the time that they what the heck is that? I guess it's just dry skin. But yeah, tomorrow's my last day of the week for work. Just gonna knock it out of the park, keep busy for 4 hours. I'll manage, I'll be alright, Tank. Tank's like, huh? Yeah, he agrees with me. He's a good boy. He was licking my arm all earlier. That was a new one. I've never had any of the dogs, like, lick me, like how dogs show typical love and give baths and all that. I've never had him lick my arm, which I washed my arm off. I don't ever leave the dog's saliva on my arm, but he's the first dog to give me a bunch of... And then Cooper did too, but just a couple on, like, the fingers, just smells and that. But yeah, he kind of went up and down on my arm for a good 20 seconds. This guy hasn't done anything. Or he might have. I'm not sure. He's just more jumped on me and just rubbed up against me. You know how a dog will like, kind of like that. So, I don't really care, though. As long as I get along with the boys, they listen to me, they chill out, whenever I chill out, they get by the day. I'm pretty happy. Sure, really, I don't want them all up on me, and all that stuff. That's more Cooper. Cooper's kind of more up on me and follows me wherever, But, it could be worse. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but sure, it can be a little annoying. But it's not really all that bad. So... But yeah, I'm really glad I got to see these boys after years. Cooper, like I said, before that weekend, I've never met Cooper before, so it was just Tank, and he was a very happy-go-lucky puppy. When I first knew him, he was, an adult dog. A dog would be a grown dog when it turns 3. Last I saw him, he was like 1 or 2. He was a year old, 2 years old. And, he was definitely a playful puppy, Playful pity, but, pit bull. Petty pit bull. But, But yeah, now he just reminds me a lot of Harley. Harley was a lot older, though. Harley was like 14 when it's been almost a year, actually. It's been since like May. Actually, it's been over a year. Harley was a black lab. I have a lot of videos of him, not on YouTube. I don't know about on YouTube, but like on my mini DV cameras and my VHS compact tapes. I have a lot of Harley. Harley reminds me a lot of Tank, mostly. Levi, he's still a very happy-go-lucky puppy, but he was very quiet. Tank is very quiet. I've never really once have ever heard Tank bark. And Harley was like that, Harley was a very slow-walking dog, like Tank, can fairly run when excited, but, he's very much like Tank, and Levi is just kind of his own thing. He could still run and bark and be a happy-go-lucky dog, but Harley was more so like Tank. Very happy-go-lucky dog growing up, and then he just got old and had a hard time walking and going to the bathroom and getting up the stairs, and was deaf and couldn't really feel his legs. So I never got to say goodbye to Harley, but Harley knows that I sure did love him. I love that dog. He is definitely one of my favorite dogs. I think these dogs come in a very close place, There's no real favorites, but I do enjoy being around certain dogs more than others. And, Tank, I just love being around Tank. And Levi's, I love being around all 3 of them, really. Cooper too. Cooper's also a very unique dog. They're all unique. But yeah, I'll miss Harley. It just sucks we were never really around him until the end, It's very hard. It's been moments. The last few years have had some really hard moments, that's just really killed off relationships with each other, because we used to go to our cousins all the time, for stuff, and, it was just time to move on from that, so, that's just the way the world works. Things change, But Harley, man, I'll miss that boy. That boy, he was a good boy. Yeah. So, Anyway, the sun's getting more and more closer to going down. And the fireworks once again. Yeah, we're gonna go buy some fireworks this Sunday. The sad thing is, though, I won't really have too much money. To be brutally honest, sadly, I'm not gonna have much money this year for the 4th. I mean, probably someone will chip in or whatever, they usually do for me, but they might not, again, this is my first 4th of July, like, as fully an adult, because there's 18 years old, people are an adult, but there are restrictions. You can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't own certain firearms, which is kind of oxymoronic, because, certain firearms, you can't own pistols, you can't own AR-15s, AKs at the time. Now nobody can buy any of that. But yeah, my first pistol, my first legit gun, was a pistol at 18. That again, we legally got and is now mine, still legally. So, the oxymoronic thing, because you can only own shotguns. So, the shotgun I'm getting, I don't know why I never just got that first, but, again, there would have really been, I don't know, it would have been a lot harder. But anyway, yeah, so, there was being 18 then, in 2019, 4th of July, or not even 4th of July 2019, because I didn't turn 18 until September of 2019. So September 2020 was, my first 4th of July as an adult. But July 2023 will be my first as a fully adult, 21, so yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go hang out inside for a little while, and then when Cooper's out, I'm ending the day at 9 o'clock, and I'll probably hang out. Somebody's car alarm's going off, and then yeah, I'm just gonna call it for the day and hang out upstairs. I really wish there was cable in that upstairs TV, or I could play the Wii or something like that. I'll have to remember that for next time, because they have a Wii up there. It would be really nice if I could play some Guitar Hero or Super Mario or Mario Kart or Super Mario Bros. Wii, if they have those games. I know they got Guitar Hero, because I remember literally the last time I came here 8 years ago, when these boys were still definitely not old. My uncle had Guitar Hero remotes, and I used to play with the Guitar Hero remotes. He had like a Les Paul one and a Fender one. I remember the Les Paul one. I really want a Les Paul guitar, but I'm totally cool with my Fender Stratocaster for right now, which I'm actually gonna buy back this weekend as well. Maybe Saturday, most likely Sunday. I'm just gonna knock out the guitar, the shotgun, or maybe add a little more to the shotgun and split the difference. 80, pay a little here with the next paycheck, or just get it all paid and then have the rest of what I have and use it for fireworks, or save it, or use credit or whatever. You ready to go inside, Tanky? Ready to go inside, buddy? Ready to go inside? Yeah, you're such a good boy. Want inside? Want to go in? You don't have to go in, bro, if you don't want to. I low-key don't want to go in yet either. I hate that when it's like this. I fucking hate that so much. I really need to work on cutting the weight and the fat down. I really do need to get on that. I'm not gonna lie. Want to take? Want to take you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I did earlier for him to go licking up and down my arm, but it was freaking adorable. The only gross thing was it smelled like peanut butter, because I fed him peanut butter. But, okay. Go on in. Speaking of which, I need to check on the time. Come on, bud. Let's go in. I gotta go in, so. Come on, Tank. What time is it? 8:36. So, yeah, I got Star Wars Episode 3 on. Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if it's just my opinion, but obviously I'm not sure if anyone thinks this. I would love, you know how they like change the names from time to time. So it was like the original 1977 movie. It was just Star Wars, right? And then they changed it to Star Wars A New Hope. Then it was Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, right? I would like them to kind of revert back to just Star Wars, right? Star Wars. And then instead of, because they called it The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. In the trailers, they were never called Star Wars Return of the Jedi. It was just Return of the Jedi if you watch the old school trailers, right? So I think it'd be pretty clever if they did a rename of all these. So here's a prime example of what I think would be pretty cool in my opinion. So there's Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and then there's Solo, a Star Wars story. I think it'd be pretty cool because it's all one big story, really. It's all connected, obviously. But, Rogue One was, spoiler alert, the reason why pretty much a big part of the opening of A New Hope, where they get the Death Star plans, and then Solo, Han Solo's story. So it's not like an anthology series when they say a Star Wars story, but I think it'd be pretty cool, honestly, if they did just, again, A New Hope, Star Wars, right? Just Star Wars, because that's what it was called, Star Wars. And then you have The Empire Strikes Back, a Star Wars story, I think that'd be pretty damn cool, in my opinion. Return of the Jedi, a Star Wars story. Revenge of the Sith, a Star Wars story. The Phantom Menace, a Star Wars story. Attack of the Clones, a Star Wars story. I don't know how I feel. I mean, The Last Jedi, a Star Wars story. If we're counting the Disney movies. If not, I personally don't really care for the later movies. I mean, The Force Awakens was pretty alright. I'm not gonna lie, but The Force Awakens, a Star Wars story, personally, I think that'd be pretty cool. A little change, because it'll still be Star Wars, but it'll actually be the name of the episode instead of the long title, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It'd be The Phantom Menace, a Star Wars story, because, they say it like it's not basically an episode of the story. So, Solo had to get there. Han Solo had to be in the Star Wars story at some point. He needed a backstory. So, why isn't it Star Wars Episode 3.5, Han Solo? Star Wars Episode 3.7, 3.8, Rogue One, I'm joking about that. I'm trying to be melodramatic. I guess that's the right word to put it. I'm just trying to be funny, but it's just like it kind of just bothers me how it's Solo, a Star Wars story, and then it's Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, when it should just be The Empire Strikes Back or Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Why does it got to be Star Wars Episode 5, or Empire Strikes Back, a Star Wars story? That would be super cool in my opinion, But, again, if either way, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, isn't necessarily a bad name. It's just super fucking long, But then Empire Strikes Back, a Star Wars story, is pretty long too. But I think that just still be pretty fun. A fun little name change. The Phantom Menace, a Star Wars story. Or just The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace, Star Wars, But then again, that just would be pointless because then it would be, it's already Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. So why The Phantom Menace, Star Wars, So I don't know. Yeah, a Star Wars story is what I think would be pretty cool. But, when does Disney ever listen to anybody? And, I don't even care to really, because it's Disney anyway, so they do whatever with Star Wars already. I just love the movies. I love the movies. It's one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. They need to make a real lightsaber. Even though that would be pretty impossible at this time of age. But, it would be pretty wild, for the day that the world brings lightsabers, so... Anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, I'm gonna let my phone continue charging, but yeah, just wanted to get the second to last sunset of the week that I'm here, because the day after tomorrow, I was gonna say tomorrow's my last full day / staying the night here, and that's my last work day tomorrow as well. So it's gonna be it's gonna go by quick, Today went by pretty quick as well. I'm just closing the door because flies are going in there. We can't be letting flies in there, Tank. We can't, man. But, yeah, no flies. Flies are bad. I have a video of me booping their noses. I got Cooper's nose as well. Speaking of which, I should probably try Levi's nose before I put him away. He'd probably just stare at me and just, because that's what he does. He'll look at me from the side. He won't even look at me. He'll just, like that, so. Yeah, so. That's about it. Just one last sunset. Hey, Levi, let me boop. I did it right there. I'm gonna post the video of me booping the other two schnoots. Oh boys. Yeah. I'm still curious to know what kind of dog he is. Levi, I mean, I know Tank's a pit bull and I know Cooper's a pit bull, but I don't know what the hell this guy. More fireworks. I know Levi is definitely has some German Shepherd of some kind in him, but I can't really tell the rest of what he's got in him, huh? Let's see the... Oh, boys. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm gonna head a second. Go relax, boys. Go enjoy some sun for the next 15 minutes. Then he's got to come in and be switched for the night. So, anyway, now I'm for real gonna go. So, I'm gonna watch more Star Wars and enjoy the next hour, and then I'm gonna hit the hay. And I don't know, maybe keep watch for anybody who knocks on the door, and just watch over my car so nobody tries anything. And yeah, so bye. Star Wars Episode 3. Palpatine's a Sith Lord.